So Pete Buttigieg, this was shared to me by Dave, shared to me. It's a weird way to put it. That was a very awkward sentence. Dave shared this with me. That's better, right? It's Monday, right? Still getting with it. But Dave shares this with me. He thought this was interesting, and I think it's interesting as well. Pete Buttigieg got an endorsement from a veterans group. Let's get into this. Pete Buttigieg, this is from the Huffington Post. Pete Buttigieg receives Vote Vets' first ever presidential primary endorsement. So Vote Vets is a liberal political action committee, according to this article, that backs veterans running for office. And they announced their support last week for Pete Buttigieg. And this is the group's first endorsement in a presidential primary. In their announcement, which was first reported by the New York Times, the group lauded Buttigieg, the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and a Navy veteran, as the candidate best poised to beat President Donald Trump in 2020. They were really impressed by that strong fourth place he's been getting in the polls. They're really impressed by that. They're really impressed by the zero support he has amidst black voters. They're impressed by that. They think that's going to beat Donald Trump. All right, so here's what they have to say about it. We need a candidate who will win. Okay, I agree. Bar none, Pete gives us the best shot at doing just that. I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure that's completely false. It is time to rally around him. Nope, I don't think so. And stop the walking, talking national security threat that is Donald Trump. Pete has the experience to lead and what it takes to beat Donald Trump. Pete Buttigieg. And you know what? I mean, I just got to add I don't understand where that's coming from. First of all, if you're a veterans group, you want to endorse a veteran, I get that. But there's another veteran running as well. Tulsi Gabbard is also running. And to me, a veterans group endorsing Pete Buttigieg over Tulsi Gabbard, that would be like cold medicine migrating to a virus instead of a pineapple. Pete Buttigieg, I mean, if you're a veterans group, wouldn't you want a leader who would not put you in harm's way unless it was 1,000% necessary? Who would want to end these wars over oil and resources? Isn't that what you would want in a leader? Pete Buttigieg has talked about sending troops to Mexico. He is totally complicit in the war machine. And in his city of South Bend, he couldn't even reel in a corrupt and racist and over-militarized police force. And this guy, you think this guy who couldn't even reel in South Bend, Indiana, is somehow going to do something positive when it comes to our war abroad? He's just going to continue the war machine as usual. That's all Pete Buttigieg's going to do. I mean, if you want a peace candidate, Pete Buttigieg is probably the furthest from what you would want. Wow. But they endorsed Pete Buttigieg. So there you go. I don't get why. They're saying he's the guy to lead. Well, here's some Pete Buttigieg may not be as popular as they're making him out to be. Here's something that I thought was kind of interesting that I want to show you guys. Check this out. As Pete Buttigieg took the stage in Coralville, some protesters unfurled a series of banners. Buttigieg nodded to them, saying, "This is a competitive process. That's fine. Though I'd humbly suggest that it's better to lift up your own candidate than trying to tear others down." So here's the supports, not support signs. Here's the signs that the protesters are holding up. 0% support of black voters in South Carolina. Climate plan fatally lacking. We need more than Pete. So I agree with all three of those statements. And I'd be curious to hear the vets group's response to that. His climate plan is totally lacking. By the way, it includes fracking. 0% support of black voters in South Carolina. You think someone like that could beat Donald Trump? I don't think so. And we need more. You know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. There's nothing pragmatic about an incremental solution to a catastrophic problem. Pete Buttigieg's solutions for all of our problems is incrementalism and more of the same. He doesn't want to do anything about college debt. He doesn't want to do anything about rising tuition costs. He doesn't want to do anything about living wages. His healthcare plan is just more of the same. It's no different than Joe Biden's. His climate plan, more incrementalism, includes fracking, along with Joe Biden's, quote, climate plan. You can't even call it a plan because it would do nothing. And he's being unmasked. And recently he said that he won't let the press into his fundraisers. Why? What is he hiding? What is he hiding? He doesn't want to talk about the money he's taking. Why is that? Why is that? Is he creating a public position and a private one like Hillary Clinton? Is that what's going on? Here's what Mikey Figueredo from the Humanist Report had to say. You've been tearing down our candidates' progressive policies, Pete. So go fuck yourself. Drop out and fix your own fucking city, you sociopath. Yeah, I don't know if Pete's all that popular. I really don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. So interesting. Some very true. 3 signs, whole lot of truth. And those 3 signs alone, that is why Pete Buttigieg should not be the nominee. And if he is, he'll lose to Trump. But it'll be a strong loss. It'll be a strong loss. As our planet is brought to the brink of no return. And climate change, the disastrous effects become completely inevitable because we get 4 more years of a Trump administration who does nothing about it. We can at least reflect that Pete Buttigieg had a strong loss. Great plan. Great plan. All right. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together